Demand is soaring for a cheap and widely used steroid that we all learned to pronounce, dexamethasone. It's been hailed as a potential breakthrough in the treatment of patients with severe COVID-19. Treatment would help, treatment, vaccine, anything would help us feel a little bit better. She joins us now. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Joe. It sure would help, but we all hope not to get as severe enough to require dexamethasone. We remember those trial results from June 16th, which showed that this was the first drug to reduce the mortality associated with severe COVID-19 by a third for patients who are on ventilators and by a fifth for patients receiving oxygen. But it doesn't help if you don't require respiratory support. So it is for those more severe patients. Nonetheless, so much excitement about a drug that can finally reduce that mortality risk that unsurprisingly demand has soared. According to healthcare analytics company Vizient, with data just out this morning, in the week after those results were released, demand went up 610% among their member hospitals in the U.S., and the fill rate of prescriptions went down from almost 100% to just about half. Now, that doesn't mean that hospitals can't access this drug. It just means that perhaps the entire prescription wasn't filled immediately. Now, I've been reaching out to try to figure out what the access to this drug is like. Cardinal Health, the drug distributor, telling me that it currently has enough supply, but due to significantly increased demand and the potential for supply issues in the future, the drug is subject to allocation protocols, which means that it's distributed according to customers' historical ordering patterns. Now, this drug is given both orally as a pill and through an IV. And the IV formulation, Erin Fox at Utah tells me, has been in shortage since at least 2011 that she's been tracking, according to these because of these ongoing manufacturing issues for these sterile injectable products. Now, according to the FDA drug shortages database, at least 4 companies are reporting that IV form has been in shortage, and they're citing increased demand. We reached out to all of them and didn't hear back. Mylan does say on the FDA drug database that its drug is available, but it does cite that increased demand. And guys, companies like Pfizer and Sanofi are also smaller makers of this product. They don't supply, at least Pfizer doesn't in the US, but they do say they're looking into increasing production for the 8 countries they do supply. Back over to you.
Hey, Meg, that makes it sound like there is going to be much more supply of this than there was for hydroxychloroquine when we thought that that might be a potential help. Is that the feeling you get on that?
Hydroxychloroquine is an interesting one because it was only used for very specific indications like malaria and autoimmune diseases. And so the demand we saw for that spiked an incredible amount. And companies were supplying it, but now there's all this leftover hydroxychloroquine that's not being used for COVID after we found out it didn't work. That's good news for the folks who actually do need it. But dexamethasone was a much more widely available and widely used drug before this, so a bit of a different situation.